A very warm welcome to everyone to the Kitoko Podcast. Today with Amadeo and our one and only Mafer Garduño. Welcome Maria and welcome Amadeo to the podcast.
Hey everyone out there.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, as you hear, today is a really special episode. We have Maria with us, our head of communication and administration. And we are looking back to our story because now it's exactly 1 year that we talked about us, about our story, how we started, how everything went. And that was the 12th episode. If you haven't listened, listen in, guys. It's a really nice episode. And I think today, after year, it's time to go back to think what everything was, what happened. Amadeo, what comes up to your mind when you think now 1 year has passed?
Yeah, it's a big question. I think today is really also about to get a glimpse of what is behind the scene. I mean, of course, you're following us on our channels, but it's also nice to hear our story, not only about what's exactly going so well, but also about difficulties, challenges. So it should be very authentic. I think that's very important. Yeah, what happened 1 year ago? I remember the last podcast was with Malik and Sarah. So we really talked about how everything started. And the last year, again, a lot of development, a lot of new things. I think one of the highlights definitely is the that you joined the team, Maria. It has been wonderful to have you here. I think now it's 8 months since you joined.
It's 8 months so far. So it has been actually a really incredible journey to be here working, and have learned a lot, I can say.
So incredible journey. Why so incredible? I mean, for you are such a big addition to our team. I can talk a lot about you, what I appreciate, but it would be nice from you to hear. I mean, at one point we can also talk about the story, how everything started. It has been also not an easy start, but let's reflect on your journey so far.
So 8 months ago I started here. And it was actually, let's say, a really nice journey that I have been to. I never expected what I felt so far. Like, I don't know, like, it has been really, really cool. Everyone in the team has been really nice, really encouraging. I feel like in the day one, I felt part of the team as I was, like, here already, like, for a really long time ago. And I never have felt uncomfortable. At least for me, I think what is really important is that the culture and the team spirit at Kitoko is really high, really valuable. And I remember that the first day I came, Sarah told me, for me, the most important thing is that I need to, every day have the motivation of waking up and saying, I need to go to the office, and it's a nice thing. And actually, I have the same feeling as she has, so far. So for me, what she told me the first day, I think every day that I come to work, I feel like that. It's not like I'm tired. Of course, everyone can be tired one day, but I have always this motivation for coming, for working. Obviously, there's always new challenges. And
you're hardworking. I mean, I see you every day, and you don't lack the ambition, the determination. And for all the people out there, of course, the people that are working with us, they know how we work, what we stand for, our core values. But you touched the point, like the Kitoko spirit, the culture. How is the culture, and why is the culture so important for us?
So I think that the culture of Kitoko people is unique. I have as I told us, I have never experienced this before. I think the work environment is not just focused on working or on doing this or finishing a task. It's more also centered, like really human centered. So they also value my emotions, how I feel, who I am, where I come from, like all of these little details that people could say they're not that important. Here they're really valuable. And I think that all of those details and all of those things that someone could not find really redundant are here really valuable. And I think this is one of the things that makes the culture really unique, that you are considered as a human being, as a person. Your emotions are also taken into consideration. And yeah, like, it's not that you're just a plus one to the companies. You're like someone, a human. You're someone valuable. You're an input to the company. And yeah, like, I think that's one of the things that I can perceive the most, or that I can say that are the most valuable things, like that you're just not a person working a number, or, you're like someone else that is making a really big impact towards the company, and you could see that. So yeah, that's one of the things that I can say about it.
I don't know how you feel, Arno, but it's very nice to hear, and also it touched my emotions as well to hear that from you. Of course, I can see that every day, but to hear it in your proper voices is a nice thing. Yeah, we live that culture, but for people that are joining the company, they have a different perspective or a different view on the culture.
And maybe what you felt. You were talking a lot about feelings. What you felt when you started here? You said like, hey, I've never felt something like this.
So like, I always have worked before with small companies, so I have never worked on big corporates. So, and then still, I think that here, like, my emotions at the beginning were like, I felt really included, I didn't feel like, obviously I was like a newbie, like I needed to learn things. Yeah. I needed to learn, I needed to, like adapt also myself. But I really think that within a month, I felt like 100% adapted. I felt part of the team, as I said, the first day that I came here. Like, my emotions were, I don't know, I think I didn't have much expectations, let's say, or because of my previous experiences. So when I came here, I was like, wow, like, this doesn't feel actually like what my previous experiences felt like, like, this feels unique. I feel like treated as someone important, like that they value my emotions, who I am, and everything. And also, like, I think I also have learned a lot.
So maybe to go also for the people out there. So you say, hey, it was a really nice start. You felt really included. But what exactly gave you the feeling that you're really included here? You mentioned already some points. Do you have some others maybe?
Yeah, I also think that some of the things were that we also have like the culture that every Friday we eat together and things like that. I think that also helped me knowing everyone better. I think also most of the people here have also really a lot of experience traveling and with all the cultures and everything. So I also thought, hey, like, a Mexican, this is a Swiss company, I'm gonna be able to, like, fulfill the others' expectatives and everything. But at the end, is not, I never felt, like the culture gap, or I never felt like something difficult. I think everyone is like quite has knowledge about other cultures, has experienced that, and also considering that Switzerland is quite a multicultural country as well. So yeah, I think those are some of the other inputs that I have felt at the beginning.
So it's only not only your part of feeling integrated or integrated, but you also mentioned, how the other were open to you, and I think this was also not so easy for everyone. I mean, all of a sudden, already before we talked in English, but I think for some in our companies it took also a lot of courage to speak every meeting in English. So it also needs a lot of openness and willingness to accept you and open up. But I'm very proud that the team could do that. And of course, the latest you cooked the very authentic tacos. You had all the hearts of us. So.
Vamos.
Yeah.
Cool. And you mentioned also the learnings you had, so you learned a lot. Maybe give us some some points which you would say, hey, wow, my learning journey is huge?
Yeah, I think that regarding journeys is not just more about like what I work for, but also it's like really personal. I think that also here my learning journey is like, like how can I be better always, not always like be well suited with what I did, but always strive for more, always look for more, always try to grow. It's not just really in the professional side. I also think it's both, and I also have learned that, like it's not just about the professional or personal side, it's about both. So I really like the way that I'm learning how to combine both, like how to grow in the both directions, and when to use what and where, and things like that, which had, I think, helped me a lot.
So you're talking about your personal the personal side, but also the professional, and maybe we can give us 3 points each from both sides, which you would say, hey, these three things are like I grew a lot in my personality, and on the other side I grew a lot on the business side.
So going from the personal side, I think like believing in myself has been one of the most biggest one. That goes with like what I do. It's always, I mean, obviously there's always mistakes as we are humans, but that I have, that I trust what I do, it's not just because I need to do it, but because, like what I will do will have an impact on everyone. So that's something I have learned.
And to trust what you do, what helps you to gain this trust in your abilities?
I think that like also what others tell me, like it's not like, yeah, you need to do it, but yeah, it was a good work. I think also affirmation words for me are really good, like, hey, wow, the work was good, or feedback also, like either positive or, well, it's always constructive, it's never negative. So at the end, it's always constructive. But yeah, feedback also helps me a lot, on what I did right, what I did wrong. And yeah, that's one point, I think. And also the other point is apart like from believing to myself, is I think is also having determination. Like that's, I think, something that I have learned. And yeah, I think the last point that I think for me at least is quite important is like perseverance, like never leave things there on the way or something like that. Like always continue with what you are doing. I think those are the 3 main aspects on my personal side. And going to the professional side, I think, or the ones that I have developed the most are, of course, my main field, which is communication and administration. I have learned a lot. I mean, of course, in school, I also learn about communication. Administration has been quite a journey because it's, Switzerland's administration. But I mean, still every day I'm learning and getting all of these main topics, things. And yeah, I say communication administration and also the main field, what we do, like, is also one of the things I have learned, the purpose and everything.
I would really like to touch on your personal gains, determination, perseverance. I think these 2 words I heard in the interview when we got to know you. In our interview process, it's a little bit unconventional. We don't like to sit in a boring meeting room and to talk to each other in a very formal way. No, we really like to learn the person, how the person is, but also, of course, we need to bring across what we stand for. So we met in a restaurant close to the office. So we met. It was a neutral spot. We got to know you, and the one word that stuck the most to me was determination. You came here to a new country. You made your way. You started your studies here. So when you want something, you will get it. And I think this also showed a lot about the story, how we hired you. We actually wanted to hire you, but there were so many obstacles still in Switzerland to hire a person that is coming from a country outside of Europe. So at one point with administration, and they told us it's not going to happen. And yeah, Arno, maybe you can tell tell the story. I think you were in the meeting when you told Maria, "Oh, it's a pity, we want you, but we can't hire you." No, how was that?
Yes, I think due to the fact that the administration and the governmental side was so complicated, we went on. We moved on as a agile the buzzword, and dynamic company. Yeah, we had to move on, and I told Maria, hey, you cannot work with us. We won't go together in the future. So Maria did some calls, came up with the determination, and you really wanted the job. And I think at the end of the day, it's a good example of what we can reach when we have determination and the strong vision and strong goals. I think, yeah. But to my question, why you're so? Where comes this determination, and what helps you to keep it up?
I don't know. I think that when I was a kid, I always had this dream of going abroad, this dream of traveling, learning about cultures. This has been something that, like I always grew with this kind of dream. And then my uncle, when he was really young, he also went abroad. He went to countries that I was interested to. And I always, I was a kid, 5-6 years, and I always saw him. And he, for me, he was always my inspiration, to go abroad, to leave the country. It's always difficult, it's not that comfortable to leave your home, your family, your friends. It's not that easy. But yeah, I think first I was maybe I go 6 months, and then I was maybe I stay 1 year, and then here I am. I have been for almost 4 years, I can say. So I never expected this, and I think that, of course, when I was doing all the paperwork for coming here, it was not easy, and of course I always was thinking what could be the worst outcome? I stay here. But I think always having the positive mindset of you are gonna do it makes you do it, I think the biggest obstacle someone can have is their mindset, if you have your mindset as positive, and you're gonna overcome it in whichever way, then things will work. And I think it has worked for me so far in all of my achievements and all of my things that I have pursued for the last years. So I think that obviously with all the process, determination has come and has worked, but also I think as inspiration from my uncle, as I saw everything when I was a kid, it was also really cool for me. Shout out to him.
So you mentioned a few points. One thing is the mindset. Another thing is the right environment. Now you're also thriving through the environment that Kitoko gives you also, but also before. And it's not something new. I think a lot of motivational speeches are, if you can imagine it, then you can believe it and you can do it. But I think when you really look back and you have a lot of small steps that you achieved, actually things that you wished for or dreamed of, and this also strengthens your belief in this process you also mentioned.
Yeah.
I think now you were very much in the spotlight.
Yeah.
It would be also nice to hear from you. I think all the people out there, they know me and Arno and of course the company. And it would be also nice from you to hear how you describe us or how do you see us. And then we can move on more about where the company stands at the moment. But I don't like to present myself, and it would be nice to hear from you.
So I think both of you have, I think, many things in common, but at the same time are really different. And I think the things in common are your values. You have really similar values, I think all the company in general. But going with you, Amadeo, I think you're a really energetic person. You're also, I think, a really positive attitude person. And I think that, at least for me, that inspires me when I'm not in my best moment or when I'm not in my peak. That makes me always thrive and say, hey, things can be worse. So and also you're, I think, really determined and really well structured. That's how I will describe you. And for Arno, I think you are really spontaneous. You have a lot of creativity. Like, I have never seen someone with many creativity, and that's so good, you know, like, has also, I have learned from that, you know, like how to think out of the box. I see you someone as also someone really structured, also in common with Ama, and open-minded, like really, really open-minded, someone that's always available for new challenges, new things. And yeah, that's how I think in a short version, because otherwise I could talk for hours, I think. But yeah.
Really nice to hear, yeah. Thank you, Maria. And I think it would be interesting to hear also from you, what do you think, where are we today? What kind of challenge do we have from your point of view now in Kitoko?
So it's actually interesting because, you know, like 8 months ago when I entered, everything was really different in the way of the business, you know, talking about. So we have grew a lot the past 8 months. Now we have also 2 more members in the team, which is incredible. And yeah, I think that the company now is, you know, like every day changing and now getting more structure. And growing, you know, like I always see progress in the company. I never see any layovers or nothing. I always see progress. And, you know, within 8 months, we have developed growth and we have actually achieved many things over the past 8 months. So I can say that in the company, I see a lot of strength, a lot of positive attitude with everyone, and a lot of growth. We always strive for growth.
Yeah, maybe to be more specific, what do you see kind of milestones? You said we progressed in many ways. I also have another thought on that. It sounds also like it's quite busy working in Kitoko and all the time working, moving forward. This of course also has a downside, but maybe let's talk first about the milestones. If I ask you, Arno, what pops up, and I can think a little bit more and complete you.
Yeah, I think I'm not quite with the milestones. I'm in the now with my thoughts. So maybe you can mention then the milestones, Amadeo. But I think, yeah, Maria, you said it, like 2 more members, and you're getting also more in the position of the managing head, you know, to prepare things, to make things ready. But then sometimes, yeah, the execution is missing. Because I mean, I love to work with people. That is why I do my job. And sometimes I think one challenge is, yeah, that you have to manage a lot with 7 people, 2 advisors. Even to organize the photo shooting is so complicated. And I think, yeah, the past year, I think one challenge is that you go more in the managing position, and we have to ask ourselves, hey, what do you want? Do you want to grow more? Do we want to stay like this? These are questions that comes up for the moment as a challenge. But hey, I mean, 2 new cultures now, so diverse team. I think we are so innovative through that. I mean, I love it to have 2 new brains, as Malik said. It's also a positive thing. And yeah, we have now 6 nations, 3 languages. That's amazing. I think that's a nice point. And milestone was of course the 2 new members, but also the team week in Genoa. I think that has been amazing. You can check our video on YouTube. I don't know if you upload it.
No,
not yet. So yeah, we're getting out with the content.
Probably when this publishes already.
Okay, yeah, guys, you know, so you can
maybe
also
go ahead.
Yeah, watch that Genoa, and then before where we went, I even could not remember. We went to.
You mean the team events?
Yeah,
Berlin.
Yeah, Berlin. Yeah, but you were not there.
No,
Yeah, the Berlin was really, like, I think also one of the highlights. Always these team events are really inspiring. You get a glimpse of another city. We went to a really innovative room. Also there we have a video. Check it on YouTube if you have time. These are highlights, I think. Team events. Also the building up of the company. I think now we are in a different world. with what kind of clients we have, with the complexity of cases. And I think this makes me proud. Sometimes I think I got some more gray hairs because the complexity is high. But so far I'm really happy, I think, yeah. And also that we can share a friendship and a company, me and Amadeo. And now in August I'm moving to Zurich. So these are also topics we have also always have a view on it. Maria has no clue.
Yeah, I just found out.
You should have seen her face. She's quite surprised. So,
but these are personal topics we have also always to discuss, and but I think we manage well to keep the friendship and the company ongoing. This is really important, and this comes out of my heart. But maybe Amadeo, you can add me before I start to talk like 1 hour.
I think the most important thing is that we keep our relationship. We know each other for 20 years, and of course there were also times where I feel this is not only easy, when we have private issues, and then you have to be very transparent and honesty in the business context. Otherwise, many conflicts would arise immediately because you get triggered because of something that is actually not related to work. So I really have a huge respect how we do that in terms of talking very honestly about if there's something that we have in ourselves that is holding us back. And of course, this is our core competency to speak transparent, openly, direct, giving each other feedback and to have emotional intelligence. These are our core competencies. But at the same time, I have huge respect because sometimes it's not easy to combine these words. And what else comes from my heart? I think you mentioned the addition of 2 new members. This is for me a wonderful thing. Also to realize, we started this journey almost 5 years ago. At that time, we had plenty of time to do all the work by ourselves. But at the moment, it's not possible anymore. We grew so much that we cannot do it just ourselves. So we really need the team, and the team needs us. So for me, this is wonderful to see that, many people get attracted by the strong vision we created together. And now we're striving forward. And our team perfectly reflects also the society of today. And still, when I look at the business world, it's mainly dominated by males or white people, and for me sometimes this is also difficult for being a person who's coming also from Congo, Kinshasa. In the business world, sometimes I feel like, do I have to assimilate? And for me, it brings a lot of joy that we really represent a company that is very modern and reflects the society, because the society is very diverse culturally, when it comes to gender, when it comes to just being open and accepting each other and still do the work and work professional. So this is for me a wonderful example how it can be done. Of course, it brings a lot of complexity also, these various backgrounds, but if you create an atmosphere where everyone feel welcomed and accepted and have a strong vision and the core values defined, then you can really move forward. So I really like that. And
maybe Maria talked about progress. We're growing. Amadeo is keep pushing forward. But still, I think a huge shout out and thank you also to all the people which trust in us, in our hard work. Without you guys out there, we wouldn't be where we are. So I think it's always an adventure, to building up a company in these complex times. It's an adventure, and I think without all the people out there which helped us in a way, in whichever way, with helping, with tips and tricks, with other stuff, we wouldn't be where we are now. And I think this is also a big thank you to everyone which feels Kitoko. Maybe it's to look forward. Maria, what do you wish for yourself in future? What do you wish Kitoko people for near future?
So for myself, looking forward for graduating, maybe starting a master's, learning German, also really important. and for the company, progress, always keep growing. And I know that in 8 months, like we have achieved a lot of things where we're not gonna achieve in the next years. So I have a lot of perseverance and trust that we are gonna go wherever we want to. And yeah, so now I ask both of you guys, because I have been asked a lot of questions. So what are we currently working on? Like, what are the new things that are coming in Kitoko? Which is quite important.
Now, yeah, when I think what we are doing now, I think we came out of a huge transformation with the webpage. It only seems like it's only a webpage, but the process has been much deeper. We really asked ourselves what we stand for and what we can really offer to create a great impact to this world. So it has been quite a journey, and now we are very happy to have this beautiful webpage. Go and check it out. And for me, what is really important is the positioning that is now even more crystal clear, that we really focus on the youth. So when we talk about the youth, we really talk about the generation Z and Y, and because we really reflect this generation. So we understand them, we are very close to them, and the needs and expectations of this target group really change. So we can really help companies to attract and understand these young talents, but also develop them, and of course also retain them in the company. So this has for me quite a journey to really come closer. What is the biggest impact we can give to companies?
Yeah, and at these things we're working with a lot of clients from different branches. I mean, I feel it like this is a huge topic. Hey, how can I develop also the younger generation, which means the young leaders, but also the apprenticeship. These are really important things because, statistics says like last year there were even 120,000 positions, which companies couldn't find people to do it. And I think not only to work with younger people or to hire them, they are also the clients from tomorrow. So I think it's crucial for companies to understand this younger target group. We see many companies which still have so much potential. Also in the question of the generations, baby boomers are going out of the market. How can you enable this generation management within companies? There's so much potential we see, and we really helping people outside from heart with our services, but also with the young leaders. This is a purpose-driven generation. You have to show them up. Hey, what is the purpose? You have to have more feedback, coffee breaks than just once in a year. I mean, yeah, you have to lead them and guide them closely. They want to know where they are, what is the company stands for, what the next steps are. So these are things, which have to change, and we bring this change with our services, and these are projects, which we are on with different clients. And this makes the journey unbelievably interesting, diverse also with companies from different branches, and helps us also to see what kind of problems related to the younger generation within these branches companies have. And this is what we do. Yeah, as Amadeo said, check it out. We have 4 burning hot services now. Shout out to them. This is what we're doing at the moment.
So maybe now just to bring the pitch to the end, the 4 services, what we really exactly do at the moment is, on one point we have a lot of companies that we help them to develop an internal leadership program. They're usually from 7 to 12 months long, especially for young leaders and high potentials. So to really develop the skills you need as a leader in today's world. So that's one of the service. Then the second service is really about type performance, about team performance. How can teams, diverse teams, intergenerational teams, working together and cooperating together? And the third service is really about creating inspiring cultures with companies, so they can really get a glimpse of this Kitoko culture, where it's really about appreciation, about honesty, about feedback, so young talents retain in these companies. And the last one is really the heart of Sarah. Who wants to talk about the last service, which is really about Sarah, head of young professionals?
Yeah, it's about next generation, where we really focus on apprenticeship. I think also there it's a huge potential. Companies still have to unleash, because I think apprenticeship are the future of every company. So also here an advice: never forget these target group, invest in them, and with our services we make sure that your apprentices are really motivated and psychological safety, that they can share emotions, that they can share struggles also. This is the fourth service. Yeah, exactly.
What nice services.
Yeah, we put a lot of effort. So really, I'm also grateful we made this transformation. It helps us to be more clear, and we also see that in our daily work with our clients. They know that in the future it will be very crucial to attract the young people and develop them and also retain them, because as Arno said, there will be a bigger shortage in labor. So I think we're doing good, and but at the same time I'm also looking forward for the summer holidays. I think we are
same.
1 month, or especially you, Sarah, you're 2 weeks
Maria.
Maria, away from your holidays. And maybe for outlook, one of the last questions is, what do you wish until the summer break and after the summer break?
I think for everyone, of course, good holidays, a lot of health and fun with families or friends. It's also important to always beside this focused striving for progress. And good holidays. And I think for Kitoko, I wish, that we grow like this, that we grow together also as a team. I think everyone is growing personally all the time, not only you, Maria. I grew a lot the last months, but also the last year, that we grow together, that we can share this journey. I love it to share this journey. And that we are always honest to each other and give us constructive feedback. That's really important, I think. And talk about our emotions. That's from my side. And enjoy life.
From my side, I think it's also enjoying holidays, relaxing. Taking time for yourself is also really good. And after that, coming with all the good attitude, relaxed and well rested, so we can strive forward and also have fun. I think that's also one really important thing. Have fun at work and enjoy it, what we all are doing. So a lot about enjoyment. For me, it's really about taking the privilege to really go on holiday. I think we really pay attention that once someone is on holiday, we don't contact him or her. We really try to keep his or her back and to give this person the freedom to rest. I see that in a lot of conversation. People are surprised that as an entrepreneur I can take holidays, but I think it's really about being radical. You really should take the time for yourself, because I'm also a person outside of Kitoko. I'm not only Kitoko. Exactly. And the holidays for me are very important to not forget my own past beside work, and to relax and then come back fresh, energetic to move forward and achieve our goals. So let's keep it up, the energy until the summer holidays, and also wish for all of you out there that you go to Italy, Spain, or wherever, you can take a break, rest, and reflect upon the last time and recharge the energy.
Yes, thank you so much, guys, for the podcast today. People outside, please subscribe us, follow our podcast. Today was a limited edition kind of. It's the second one about us. But normally we just bring content about personal development, about leadership, and about how to develop, especially the young people in your company. So keep it up. Shout out to Maria.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Muffer, to be a team, to be a part of the team. You're amazing. You really inspire us all day with your hard work. So keep that up. I'm really happy to have you in team, and of course, Amadeo, you too. Founder bro, we are doing good now. We're close to the holidays. I wish all out there nice holidays. Enjoy your days with your family, with your friends. Have a drink, have fun, rest, and see you soon with the next podcast episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.